Okay, so welcome to the 30-year bond auction, the 10-minute trade room, everybody. My name is Lee Goldstein. I'm the trading director for 10-minute trades. Remember, all trades discussed are for educational purposes. It's possible to lose money trading futures. And if you're watching on a live stream, just remember the live streams are slightly delayed. Okay, you probably shouldn't trade live from a live stream. So we're going to trade the bond report. Originally, we were going to start at 12:45, but we're starting a little bit early. And the 30-year bond trade is my favorite. So I'm trading ZB 321. I'm watching ZN 321. ZN is less risk. Okay. Less risk than ZB. Also much higher liquidity. But we have found that ZB just has the best move on these reports. I'll put my news up. So, part of the point is, folks, I could hide what happened to me and look so much better. And nobody learns that way. Nobody learns. And that's why we're here. We are here to learn. So we're going to look at the bond trade. And now let's look at the report. Let's record this. So, I mean, what I said before was that WASD is one of my favorite trades. I can't ever let fear stop me from trading WASD. Can you always trade better? Yes. Do you always strive to trade better? Yes. Now, before I forget, everybody that's here, we're having a free webinar tomorrow, free. No selling whatsoever, just teaching about what we do, okay? Everybody is welcome, everybody. Chantal, I don't know if you can put this on YouTube, but if you can, you should. Free class tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern Time. And it's a class all about appointment-based trading, about what we do. And Chantal, the short link works again. I don't know if you can put this on or not. I can actually send a quick email to you. But everybody is welcome. The whole idea is, listen, we just want to do something nice for everybody. And so we just want to just go over a lot of stuff. If you have questions, you can bring them. As you know that we love questions. I love answering as much as I can. And it's free, and I am not selling a single thing. Not a single thing. Okay? But I just want to talk about, maybe I haven't mentioned everything I do, or maybe Juan wants to ask me something because he's new in the room, you know? We have a lot of new people. So I just want to do something for free. All right? So we got the 30-year bonds. Let's look at the daily report. And you could see that the bond report, the 30-year bond report, is a nice trade. This is a trade you trade. Why would you not trade this? It's got 5 out of 6 winners. Okay? 5 out of 6 winners. If I get stopped out on it today, do you think I'm going to even think twice about it? I'm not. There's no trend, right? There's no trend being created if there's a loss. It's just a loss in the middle of winners and one cancellation that maybe shouldn't have been canceled. Let's take a look. Let's look at September on 30-year bonds. Hopefully I have it. Oh, I hope I have it. I do. I'm using at least a 15-second cancel on this trade. In other words, it's 40 seconds. I'm adding 15 to be clear. Maybe more. I'm not getting stopped. I'm not going to not make money. I'm not going to not make money because our cancellation's too soon. Okay. Now, the risk to that is you can get stopped out. So September, I want to see what the fill was. My throat is just like a mess today. I apologize. So this particular trade, right now, it's not a cancel. We were up $140 before this trade. That's always nice. The cancel is at the 10 seconds after. And I canceled it. And then it moved up, not enough. That looks like just 2 ticks. Looks like it would have been pretty dull. Pretty dull. Now, if it keeps moving up, And the reason you look at this is one in particular that might have made sense to cancel because it didn't really work. You didn't leave a whole bunch of money on the table, okay? And you could have gotten out flat. You wouldn't have gotten killed if you waited and got filled. It wouldn't have killed you. And look, the news was rather late. Look, it didn't show up. Let's see, when did it show up? Let's make sure. Sometimes, yeah, see, it showed up very late. But it was that day shows why you cancel. And what we've been seeing lately, though, is it seems like when we cancel on time, we're leaving money on the table. Okay. So what I would rather see is a fill within the proper time. That's my preference. So that was September. And it was just a 2-peak. It was just not a very big move. It says slow 7 ticks. I didn't even see 7 ticks out of that, but it wasn't a very big move. October was a nice winner or decent winner, I'd say. Let's see if it was. Bob Costa said something really funny. So in October, you have a nice little jolt down, hits the first target. And that was it. If you protected your target, it reversed enough to stop you out. If you didn't protect your target, you made more money that day. A tick or two. Not a ton. Oh, a bit. Much more. Okay, it did. And then it reversed. So maybe 2-3 ticks. The best bond trades are the ones that burst. When you get that burst, those are the ones you want. Okay? Those are the ones you want. Let's check last month's 30-year bond trade. It was, if I have it, I should have it. I always have the 30 years. It would have been 11/12. I'm shocked that I don't have it. Why don't I have 30-year 11/12? That's one that I would, because that was a winner too. That was a nice little winner. I know I had it. I saw it. I saw that trade. I maybe put it in the wrong folder. So let me just look in one more place and see if it shows up somewhere. But last month was a small winner, looks like. A couple of ticks. Oh, no, nope, that's the 10-year. Nope, I'll have to find it and file it. I know I have it. I don't know where it is. Let me look one other place because I've seen this trade. Sometimes when I have webinars, I'll take videos and put them in different folders and not copy them by accident. I'm manipulating hundreds of videos, and sometimes I screw up. I know this week seems like all I do is screw up, but it's not true. if you trade 100 times a week or 10 times a week, you're going to do a little bit of screwing up. It's just the nature of it. What do we trade? We do about how many events a month? 15 trades a month sometimes. You never get them all perfect. Anyway, I cannot find that one. So let's look for one more. Let's look for 813. Let's see what happened on 813. On the bond trade, that looks like it was a nice winner. $13.0130. We put our orders on the chart. And you see how these trades sometimes they take their sweet time in filling. They take their sweet time. Oh, now that one was so fast. And, we've seen a bunch of these, but this was back in August. So don't let it scare you, folks. That one was too fast. It was not a winner. That is not a winner. That was August. August 13th. That has to be fixed. See, when you look at that with analysis, it looks like a winner. Because let me show you the month before that real quick, because time's running out. The month before that, it almost looks exactly the same. Watch it burst to the upside. And it's a big winner with extra ticks also. Watch. There's your orders. Watch it explode to the upside. Right now. Boom. $468 win. Okay. Very nice winner. All right, let's put the trade on. How do you put the bond trade on? The way we always do. Double click our strategy. Our bracket is 3. I'm trading 2 contracts for 2 ticks. 1 contract for 6 ticks. I'm risking $240 on this trade. Ballpark. My stop is 3 ticks. My entry time, and we have an unusual entry time for this trade, 13:01:30. And I'll say it 1,000 times because we've studied these reports and we know that this is the right time to enter. Okay? For no other reason. Let me make sure I'm in the right account. Okay? And then I'll reset my trade. Okay, I'm connected. Just to double check. So I said I had a bracket of 3. I'm trading 2 positions for 2 ticks, 1 position for 6 ticks, a stop of 3 ticks. That's $90 per contract, 3 contracts total, roughly $270. My entry time, my orders will show up on the chart at 13:01:30. It's a breakout trade. choosing my live account. I'm really trading it, and I'm going to label it ZB 30-year note. Okay. 30-year bond. That's my setup. A lot of the numbers, a lot of those things you see in the strategy are defaults. They don't change. You don't have to let them scare you. You don't have to let them scare you. Bear with me. So we're ready to go. If I put my charts on live, it's going to show my 6250 negative today. If I enable the trade, that puts my trade on. Nothing's going to happen until 13:01:30. We're going to check our time, sync. Strategy internal is just a part of the software. It's a mode in the software. It's basically where all the fields, those are the fields. It's the internal strategy that we're trading, TD. That's what it means. It's the internal strategy we're trading. Those are all, many of the fields that are adjustable for trading our strategy. Okay. That's what that means. It's not an ATM strategy. It's our internal strategy. It's the strategy that we connect to in NinjaTrader. That's what our software is. It's a strategy that connects to NinjaTrader. I'm going to check our time sync by going to the website time.is. And now I'm ahead. So what do? I click down here on dimension 4. And I'll bring my dimension 4 screen in so you can see what I do. I'm going to click the sync now button about 10 times until the synchronized line changes. Sometimes you have to click it 1,000 times, it seems like. Sometimes you might have to reboot and do it again. That line must change so that you get put into sync. And see, it just changed twice. Then shut down your time.is and go there again. And you should be in sync. Exact. Okay. So that's an extra program. If you're not in sync, it helps get you in sync. That's all it is. Now, someone might be yelling at me saying, oh, you're trading the wrong contract. Load the market analyzer. I have a little template that I look at that I'm going to load. It checks my daily volume. I right click it. ZB 321 has over 215,000 in its daily volume today. ZB 1220 is not even trading. Okay. You're going to have to trust me on that. I may not even have it entered as an instrument anymore. Up 147. And then the next contract is ZB 621. And that's not trading yet. Trust me. I mean, it's not trading in any kind of volume for a trade like this. Okay. So if the trade works, I'll be happy as a clam. If the trade stops me out, the day's over with a loss. And a lot of lessons, really good ones, were learned today. And that's how you have to look at it. It was very fruitful, very fruitful. Sometimes making a ton of money is not as valuable as breaking even or making the $2.50 that Fred made. It's not as good. Don't get me wrong. It's not as good to make $2.50 as it is to have 3 winners. And heavens to life if that was the outcome all the time. You want to win. But some days it just works out that way. It's not anybody's fault most of the time. Sometimes it's a karma that's in the air. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's nothing you can do. Now, some people might trade reversals on this report. Be careful. The PP is 2 ticks away from the low of the day. I would prefer that reversal to break the PP by at least a tick if I was going to go long, if there's a short trade. And if it goes all the way up to the high of the day. So right now the current price is 21, bonds go to 32. So that's 11, that's like 14 ticks away. That's a lot. Probably won't go there. But a potential long area is even in between the PP and the low of the day, because look, you'd use at least a 3-tick stop. If you got long at 16, your stop should be 13. And that's 2 ticks below the PP. That's not unreasonable. You don't want to a lot of people put their stop right on the pivot or the low. Don't ever do that. You don't want to be where everyone is. You want to be different, a little bit different from where everybody else is. Okay? All right. So 1301.30, we put our orders on the chart. Sunday night, I don't know if you are as much of a Bee Gees fan as I am. HBO has a new documentary on the Bee Gees. I think it's called How Do You Mend a Broken Heart, maybe? I mean, they wrote some really corny songs, but they wrote some amazing stuff. They had more hits and more #1 songs than most any artists that ever lived. There's only one Bee Gee left, Barry Gibb. Morris died from a bad surgery in his 50s. It was so terrible. Robin died of cancer, I think about 5 years ago. Robin had the high voice. Beautiful, beautiful voice. Ah, what did you mend? A broken heart. How can you mend? What voices? Actually, Barry used the falsetto more. that is such a gift to have the universe send those songs into your soul in a way that you can capture them. It is such a gift. I can't tell you. Being a musician, not having that good of a gift, it is just something to marvel at. Okay, 1301.30. We're going to put our orders on. Obviously, I'd like to see a burst. I prefer a burst to a dribble. I'd like to see the numbers, or I'd like to hear Financial Juice say something about the news. Now, theoretically, I'm supposed to cancel now. Every trade this week that we canceled early was a winner. See, I didn't cancel it, and it's a winner. I'm at break even, plus a tick. You filthy son of a gun. Okay, folks, we turned a losing day into a winning day by being patient, not canceling. Maybe I could have made more. I was perfectly happy to grab the profit I grabbed. I'm going to turn. I'm not going to take a reversal. You probably could have reversed the high of the day. Okay. You could have reversed the high of the day. This is a day that will go down in infamy. I'm joking. That's so dramatic. This is a day that makes me so happy as a person to almost lose $600 on a mistake, 400 on the mistake itself, to save it to an $80 mistake, and then to end the day almost up $200 is a tremendous victory. Fred, how did your day end? Turn off my trade. Okay. Remove. I could still take a reversal here, but if I do it, I'm going to do it in sim. Fred, beautiful. Up 190 for Fred. Now, there's pressure to the upside, folks. I don't have a signal to go short. The signal would be ZB on the 30-second chart, okay? With the squeeze signal changing color to the downside. And I'll take it on my sim chart because I want to take a picture of my winning trade today, of my winning day. This is not a $187 trade. It was better. It was a $240 trade. You understand? I was down 62 when I started. Right? So it's 180 plus 62. No signal. If I get a signal, I'll go short on my sim chart. Okay. We'll stick around for a few minutes if anybody wants to ask any questions. So we turned a loser day. There is nothing more gratifying than turning a losing day into a winning day. I mean, nothing today. And it's all about, it's not about me. It's about fear. Had I let my fear conquer me, I would not have traded this with 3 contracts. I would have traded maybe just 1. I was not afraid to take my lumps if this trade didn't work. I got out pretty close to the top, which is good for me. 2 ticks shy of that. That's very good for my DNA when I tend to jump out too fast. So this will probably be my video of the week. I'll tell the truth about everything. And I think the lesson's awesome. I think the lesson's awesome. I think this will be an integral part of our class tomorrow, because it's all about the fear. Look at what Fred did. Fred got stopped out on the WASD trade. He got stopped out on the gas trade, but he kept trading. And he wound up, I mean, he made his target for the day, I believe. Right, Fred? Yep. His daily target's not huge. So I got a short signal. So let's see if it works. We'll put a buy stop about 2 ticks above the high. Okay. Maybe 3. There's a little bit of upward pressure today. It would probably be a better entry to enter with software. You'd probably maybe get a one tick better entry. Entering using NinjaTrader's control panel, trade control panel is the worst way to enter and exit trades. Always try to use chart orders if you can. The fills will be better. Excuse me. Who else made money today? Or who else traded? Who else traded? Who else traded? Anyone? All right. So there's not a lot of downward pressure on the reversal, but you know, bonds move like molasses, except on the auctions and except on like FOMC statements and things like that. So I'll give it 5 minutes and see if there's anything that happened. And then that's our last room today. That was a lot of trading. We started at 8 o'clock. The best trade was the trade that was the first trade of the morning, was the absolute best trade of the day. Did everybody here see that trade? It was so perfect. The ECB trade. Our DMM was great. So the squeeze signal went profitable for a second. I mean, it's a good reversal point. High of the day, a bond auction that burst, and then it stopped. It's a pretty good spot. It could very well go back and test the high again. And that's why you put your stop above that high, because you don't want to get stopped out if it tests it, because the odds are very good it could test it. The odds are much tougher that it's going to break it by multiple ticks. And you want to think about that. And you've also got a short signal, though this is a bad short signal because it's even in momentum. You prefer it to be, see how my first short signal is lower than the other color on the squeeze? That's preferred. It's a stronger signal. It's better. So we'll watch for a couple of minutes. It looks like the reversal might work. Now you got 2 ticks. Eventually, especially because bonds are expensive, $31.25 a tick, you want to protect your profit, right? Right now, you're 3 ticks profitable. That's a nice profit already. It's $93. It's almost $100 in, 7 minutes. That's good pay scale. It's a darn good pay scale. If it goes one more, I would move my stop to break even minus a tick probably. Or, you had a nice little trade. You could end your trade. Now you waited, see if you waited. Now you can't. You don't want to end it now. Now you got to wait. You got to wait and see if there's any more follow through to the downside, or you might want to take your lumps. Some of the hardest decisions are, do you let winners turn into losers? Toughest decision, right? We're risking here quite a few ticks, probably too many. Our entry is 31. 1 tick, 2 ticks, 3 ticks, 4 ticks. It's a 5 tick stop. It's $150, $162.50. Given that your total profit today is $187.50, you probably don't want to risk more than that, right? But let's watch it for a few minutes. I think the odds are on our side, although we're being warned that the squeeze is over. The next couple of signals are very important. And right now they're going against us. They're going against us. So, you have an opportunity. You need it to go to 62.50. Why do I say that? Because bonds, they rarely will fill you at the tick you're trying to get filled at because they're pretty thick. There's a lot of orders. So a lot of times it doesn't get through all the orders before the price changes. So you want to try and get out when you're 2 ticks profitable on bonds. So if it goes down one more tick, I would like to exit with one tick of profit just because I'm tired and hungry. If I was trading for real, I would probably try to keep shrinking my stop to reduce my risk, and probably see if I could just get out with a tick or two, because it doesn't seem like there's a lot of pizzazz left in the market right at this moment, in the bond market. So who else traded? Just Fred? Was Fred the only person who traded with me? I guess so. All right, folks. It's getting late. We started early. See what I just said? See what happened? Even in Sim, you put that order on flat and it ate a tick from you. Bonds love doing that. That's why you like to have a 2-tick profit to get out with bonds. Okay? All right, folks. I'm very pleased. Very pleased. Because we turned a difficult day into a sweet little winning day. There's nothing wrong with making $187. If you made $187 every day, wouldn't you be happy about that? More than $600 a week as extra income? That'd be awesome, wouldn't it? Even if it was 3 days a week, right? Because maybe there's not a really great trade every day, like we talked about before. Some of the trades you don't want to take because of the risk involved. All right, folks. I want to thank everybody, all you folks on YouTube. But let me remind you, please, all of you watched very nicely. We're giving a free class tomorrow. No selling whatsoever, just teaching about appointment-based trading, ABT, we call it. And we're just going to teach, and ask questions, answer questions. That's all we're going to do. So bring your questions. Everyone's invited, members, non-members alike. Here's where you go. It's a freebie class. It's in our go-to webinar room. That's the link. Or 10-minute trade, 10mt.live/. 10mt.live/. Okay. And it'll send you. That, folks, will actually send you to YouTube. If you want to come into the room, use this link. Use this link. But because it's teaching, either is fine. Because it's not live trading. Okay. But the go to webinar room is a little bit better. So you can do either one. All right. I'll see everybody tomorrow for our trade room. Regular trades tomorrow. We've got 2 events tomorrow. Very curious to see what happens with core PPI and preliminary University of Michigan, which traditionally have been gold trades. So we got to see how they do. We got to see how they do. I want gold to be my friend again. I'd prefer that. Okay, folks. Thank you for sticking with us, and I'll see everybody tomorrow. Take care.